Wait, so how he go from being your brother to you being his personal Gok 3000? I'm confused. Hey lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Ashley Amour, and I am back with another video. It's been a minute since I sat down and talked to you guys. So as you guys are reading by the title, this is a story time. I have not told a story time on my channel in so long. I don't know how many months it's been, but it's been months. And honestly, I should be doing them more often because my story times are received well. My very first story time at the time of this recording has hit 7,000 views to be exact, and then my last story time was like about 620 at the time of this recording. You guys will get a story time at least once a month instead of telling a story now and then you guys won't hear another story time till like October, you feel me? I do have a story time playlist, by the way. You guys can go check out my playlist. I'll actually link it on the screen because it is Valentine's Day, because I am posting this on Valentine's Day. All the hot girls are single for Valentine's Day so that's that on that. Second of all, Valentine's Day is the time where, you know, we sit back, scroll through our phones, maybe scroll through Twitter and see all these girls post all these gifts that their boyfriends give to them, and then we be sitting there like, oh, we wish that was us, it must be nice, blah blah blah. Then think back to our past, the bums that we done dealt with already, we be like, you know what, I'm better off single. And if anything, that guy that's giving her all these gifts probably cheating on her as we speak. But you know, that ain't none of our business. In this story time, we're going to be reflecting on one of my past situations. So make sure you got your glass. Now see, I'm drinking fruit punch because if I drink wine tonight, I'm not going to get nothing done for the rest of the day, and I got homework that's due literally like tomorrow. So let's get into this story time. This story time takes place back when I was in high school, my freshman year of high school, and that was like, oh my god, that was like 9 years ago. Oh my god, I'm old. About 9 years ago, I was a freshman in high school, and around that time is when I had my first boyfriend. But let's be very honest and let's be very clear when it comes to the term boyfriend. In my opinion, the boyfriend girlfriend term was very much used loosely when we was in high school, because let's be honest, I mean, at least in my perspective, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but I feel like if it was during high school, you don't count. I feel like after high school, like if you met somebody in college or just after high school period and you guys actually do like get into a committed relationship, then that's different. The only time where that's accepted is if like you guys like dated for a long time even after graduating high school. But like those 2-minute relationships that was happening in high school, I don't really count them, but he was considered at the time being my first boyfriend. I just wanted to put that out there because that's just how I feel. How do you guys feel about that? Comment down below how you guys feel about relationships in high school, if they count to you, because in my opinion they don't. We was kids, what do we really know back in high school, you feel me? We're gonna name him, the first boyfriend, we're gonna name him Clown. It's like, no, I should though, but we're not gonna do that. Never mind, we gonna go with that. So we're gonna name him Clown. I didn't want to use Clown because, like, I mean, every single last one of them were clowns, so that wouldn't really be a differentiation for him. Okay, he's first Clown. We're gonna name him Clown, but he's the first Clown, okay? So we're gonna name X dude Clown, and best friend best friend at the time, we're gonna name her Nat or Nat. You guys will catch me saying either Nat or Nat. Either or, I'm talking about the same person. Why I'm choosing that nickname is because, well, she a Nat, period. Clown was my first boyfriend. Okay. How we met, where I live, at least during my time when I was in high school, there were people who were dating each other but may not have went to the same school. For example, I went to Bladensburg High, home of the Musty. Oh, Did I say musty? My bad. Home of the Mustangs. That was really shady. Wait. Okay, I'm sorry, y'all. So I went to Blade High School. So like, for example, let's say that you went to Blade High School, but your boyfriend went to Wise. Like, you know, like, it happens. How it happened, that's none of our business. But with me, some people like to go to other people's schools and hang out outside of the front of the building, especially around dismissal time. I guess because that's when everybody else is out of school and your friends come out. I don't know why people would come all the way out to our side just to do that, but again, that's none of my business. He was one of those people, and we were talking, and he seemed nice, he seemed cool, he was very respectful, so it seemed. I think we were talking for a month, dated for 2, or we talked for 2 months, dated for 1. Regardless, he was only around for like 3 months. I really don't remember, guys. Again, this was like a long time ago. I don't remember the specifics. I just know that he wasn't around for a very long time. So in the midst of us communicating, he did ask me out, and I did say yes. Actually, that makes more sense. We dated for, I think, about 2 months. The relationship lasted for 1. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. He was reposting me on Facebook, back when Facebook was a thing, and all the other stuff, and I thought it was cute. At some point, he gave me that password to his Twitter. You know, back in the day when a guy gives you his password to his Instagram or Twitter back in the day. I mean, I've never been the type to ask for your stuff. Like, I don't even go through people's phones. Guys love going through a girl phone. I don't know why, because I don't go through yours. Leave me alone. Are you cheating? Because why you go through my phone? Back in the day, girls make it like a big deal when a guy would like give you his password to his Twitter or Instagram. But most of them would ask them anyway. So people around me thought that I should make it a big deal because you just gave it to me just because. I didn't make it a big deal. I didn't see the point of that because he didn't have my account information. I thought that was stupid. I'm not passing out my password around to everybody. Net. Okay, I don't want to say Net this whole time. We're gonna call her Chipmunk. So, and this is actually funny. Wait. I know I said we won't call her Nat Nat. She still is one. Don't get me wrong, y'all. But we just gonna change her name from Nat Nat to Chipmunk. And it's funny because that actually was her nickname at school. And she really thought that her nickname was Chipmunk at school because the way her face was set up. Like, she had like naturally like cheeky cheekbones. Like, y'all see my cheekbones? Yeah. But like, this is normal. Her cheeks were like, she could like have a straight face and her cheekbones would like still be like in your face. And I think like she had like a little bit of freckle action going on, or they probably were dark spots, calling them freckles. Y'all might catch me being shady this whole video. I'm sorry. I was not a big fan of people in high school, so back to the comment. She thought that's why people would call her Chipmunk because of her cheeks, when really oh my god. The real reason why they called her Chipmunk was because she ate a lot of, y'all know what squirrels eat, what chipmunks eat. She carried a whole lot of that in her mouth, okay? I didn't learn about this till after I cut her off, and I should have used that to my advantage one time when she tried to play with me, and I was so nice back in the days, man. And there's a lot of people in that school who definitely didn't deserve it. So I didn't tell anybody about my first relationship till like later on down the road. I think like maybe a week or 2 later. Overall, when I was in high school, I was cool with 2 people. But during my first year at high school, we weren't that close yet. It was literally just me and Squirrel. Chipmunk. Okay. Am I gonna call her Squirrel or are we finna call her Chipmunk? Which one we doing? Let me stop playing with myself. Chipmunk was somebody that I was close with at some point during my time in high school. This time in high school specifically. After this happened, of course, we weren't cool because we all gonna find out. At some point, I had told her what was going on, that I had this boyfriend, and she was so happy for me. She was like,
oh my gosh, you got a boyfriend? That's so cool. What's his name? Does he go here? No? What school does he go to? How old is he?
Like, just asking me so many questions. But I mean, I thought at the time being it was coming from a genuine place. Boy, was I wrong. I took that as genuine happiness for a friend, And you know, I was telling her all about him, how I feel about him. I thought he was cute, I thought he was nice. He's definitely not a guy you would see me with now at this age, because that's not my type anymore. But then again, none of my exes are my type anymore. You will never see me with the same dude twice. I'm a different human being. But anyway, we just gonna fast forward. The necklace is not straight. Hold on 1 second, guys. So I talk to Clown basically every single day. My school got off late. I think we closed at 4:30, and he went to this other high school, so they got off like around 2 something. Basically like around 5-6 o'clock p.m. we would get on the phone. When I would get home, talk for a little bit, then I'll do my homework. One time I was waiting for the bus, and Chipmunk, she didn't take the bus to go home. I did. Sometimes my bus would be late, so we would just like stand outside and talk for a little bit by the time my bus comes. One of those after school afternoons, I was texting Clown, and she was like,
oh, are you texting?
I was like, I'm texting Clown, and she was like,
when am I gonna meet him?
Again, we kids. Like, I didn't think it was anything serious. And yeah, you're gonna meet him real soon, blah, blah, blah. Right now, knowing her intentions. Baby, why are you so pressed to be my man? You'll meet him when you meet him. Calm down. And then she would just ask me more questions like,
oh, he doesn't drive. Oh, he can't do this. Oh, he can't take the bus to come down here after school.
In my head, I'm like, I haven't seen him since the last time I've seen him, so how am I help you out? And now at this day and age, I'm thinking like she's on some, yeah, because why are you so pressed to see somebody else's man? That's a problem. But again, I was 14. I didn't think it was anything that serious. I was just answering her questions. My little kid self, I was like, well, I get on the phone with him every day after school, so we can three-way. Because at the time, you know, again, back in the day, three-ways were the thing, baby, okay? So I was like, I mean, we can be on a three-way call someday. Someday. I ain't saying right tonight. I ain't saying a couple of hours from now. I said someday.
Okay, so I'll call you tonight and we can meet him.
And then hugged me and walked right off. So I got home and it was time for me to be on the phone with Clown. I didn't know that he called me. Called him back. And I was like, hey. And he was like, what's up, boo? How was school today? School was fine. How was your school day today? Then casual talk. Mind y'all, I forgot about the whole Chipmunk wanted me to three-way her. I did remember at some point, but I'm having one-on-one with him right now. So then he had to do something, so he said he would call me right back. He hung up the phone. I'm like, cool. So a lot of time had passed. I think like about an hour when I was doing my homework, so I assumed that he wasn't gonna call me back anymore, which I was perfectly fine with. But in the midst of that hour, I got a text message. I'm thinking it's from him because he didn't call me back. But it was actually from Chipmunk saying, what happened to the three-way? Why are you so pressed for this three-way? Why are you geeked? Get yourself a man. I texted her and said, my bad. He said he's gonna call me back, so if he does call me back, I'll call you. She said, okay, girl, just checking, something like that. So she did call me back. I said, hey, one of my friends from school wants to be on the three-way with us, if that's okay. And he was like, no problem. I dialed in the number and I added her to the call. I was like, hello. Then she was like, hello. Then he's like, hello, because everybody's saying hello at the same time. I'm like, okay, Clown, this is Chipmunk. Chipmunk, this is Clown. Like, and she's all like, hey, hi, how are you? Look, listen, baby girl, I don't even need you to relax. I met boyfriends of friends in the past before. I'm never that geeked. High school and in college. I don't know. Like, I kept thinking innocently, like, is this just how she is? Because I didn't understand it. Because, like, I knew if it was me, I wouldn't be like this. But she is a hype person. That's why I didn't know if this was, like, her being a geek or if she was just generally being who she is as a person. But I will tell you guys this right now. It was not the second one. It was the first one, unfortunately. At some point, while we were conversing, they were having a little conversation and I was on the phone like, oh, look at my friend and my boyfriend becoming cool. I love this for me. When in reality, I was getting my man snatched right under my nose. And I didn't see it like that. Mind y'all, that one night became a thing. Like, at some point, it did tend to bother me. It was the next day when we were in school. I saw her in class. I said, how did you like him? She was like,
girl, he seems so nice. He's funny.
So it was after school again. My bus was running late again. And she asked me if I was going to be on the phone with him again. Yeah. She was like, we should three-way again. And I was like, tonight? You just did that like 24 hours ago. Like, tonight? She was like, yeah.
What's wrong with tonight? You can't do it tonight?
Blacks.
I just wanted it to be just me and him. She realized that, and I remember this part so vividly. This is when I kind of started questioning her as a person overall. She was like,
I just really like your man. I have to get on the phone with him again.
For what? Do you need help with your homework? Because he was a little older than us. Do you need a tutor? Like I said, I was too nice in high school, bro. Very nonchalant to like nonsense. And like people that didn't deserve my respect and niceness, I still spared them. So we did end up on the phone, the three of us. Again, I'm making sure this time that I'm actually having conversation, because you're not about to have a whole 30-minute conversation with him again like you did the night before. We're conversing. She's laughing a little bit too hard at his jokes. I know the dude funny, but he ain't that funny. We had the three-way thing that same week. We did get on the phone as a three-way the whole Monday through Friday, a whole school week. I don't know how I let that happen, but it happened. So this is when things started to become a little bit more obviously off. I walked into class and she was already in there. She was like, hey. I was like, hey. And she was like,
did you talk to brother today?
Huh? Like, can you repeat yourself? And she was like,
did you talk to brother?
Like, she didn't say my brother, she just said brother. So I was like, who was brother?
You know, clown.
Nicknames? In my head, I'm like, wait, when did this happen? I asked her, since when did you guys start calling each other bro and sis?
Like, oh, just last night.
I was like, you guys were on the phone last night? And she was like,
he said that he would call me back after he would get off the phone with you, because when I called him, he was on the phone with you.
Oh, wait. How'd you get the man's number? Basically, you know how back in the day when you would do three-way and it would be the person's phone number on her screen, said Ashley, and then the second number would be the person that we're on the three-way call with. Basically, she said that she peeped his phone number on her screen and saved it, and they've been communicating ever since. She reached out to him. Yes, she said it herself. She reached out to him, and they've been getting acquainted behind my back. Now, I'm not thinking innocently anymore. Now, I'm like, what's going on? The next day, and not 2 days after I learned about that, I asked her, what's going on between you guys? Because I'm confused. And her thing was, what do you mean? And I'm like, you're having conversations with my boyfriend behind my back, and I didn't know about it until just recently. And she tried to say, how is it behind your back if I'm telling you to your face, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm now knowing that it's been happening, but I don't know how long it's been happening, you feel me? When she said, how is it behind your back if I'm telling you? I was like, okay, but I don't know how long this has been going for, because he never told me about it. Then she was like,
oh, I don't know why he didn't tell you about it, but like, yeah, we're friends, we're cool.
Disclaimer, I don't do that now. Friends get cut just as easily as these men do, okay? But back in the day, second chances was in my dictionary. I shouldn't have, because a lot of these people I gave second chances to really didn't deserve it, especially in high school, dog. I just took her word for it and I left it alone. A week after that happened, that's when my relationship with Clown and I were going downhill. It was already going downhill low-key because there were a few things that were not sitting well with me in the relationship. But I didn't tell Chipmunk, of course, about it. She didn't know about any of that. Well, at least to my knowledge. I don't know if they was on the phone and he probably told her. But when I heard about this brother and sister thing, with her, like I said, the friendship still was maintained. But when I was thinking about him, I was like, why didn't he tell me that they were communicating? When we got on the phone, I wasn't myself. My mood was down because those past couple of days, things were just seeming off to me. And I'm still like this to this day. When things in my spirit are like unbalanced, like when something's just randomly not sitting well with me, 10 times out of 10, something's going on. Even if I don't know what it is exactly at that moment, I'm going to find out later on. So I was in class. I remember this day vividly. We didn't have a teacher that day, so we had a substitute teacher. I was just cooling it in my desk, scrolling through my phone. I was checking my Facebook back when Facebook was the thing back in the day. And I saw some things that were pretty unsettling, and I didn't want to cry in class. I didn't want to draw any attention to myself. I'm seeing all these grown-bodied women, probably was 16, built like they're 24, taking sexy photos or whatever, or mirror pictures. You know, when you scroll by a picture, you kind of see a few of the comments. Why is my supposed boyfriend each last one of those girls' comments?
Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
I know, secondhand embarrassment. It's okay. It was a lot of girls, a lot of flirtatious comments. And not even just with emojis, there were also words exchanged. My feelings were hurt. and I broke up with him immediately. One thing about me, I will say, I am a no-nonsense person. You can even ask my parents, they know that I'm a no-nonsense person, and I've been like that ever since I was a kid. Like, besides my last relationship that I gave more than a second chance to, it took literally one time with me and you're cut. So when I saw that, I didn't want to answer, I didn't want an explanation. You're not even worth it. Especially now that I know that you're talking to my friend behind my back, and I don't know what's going on with that. I texted him like, I saw your Facebook, I'm done, have a good life. And that was on that, and I deleted his number. Now he's blowing up my Facebook, he's blowing up my phone, he's blowing up my text messages. And then Ask FM. If you don't know what Ask FM is, you're too young. This was before Curious Cat. This was before Tell on Him. I don't know how to pronounce that. So now he's blowing up my Ask FM. Of course, the whole day I didn't respond because I just found out you've been cheating on me this whole time. No, you're not gonna get a response from me today, girl, bye. The next day in class, I'm checking my notifications. He's still blowing my stuff up. So basically, he was trying to win me back through Ask FM. Him publicly apologizing after publicly embarrassing me, yeah, it wasn't sitting well with me because first of all, you didn't publicly embarrass me on Ask FM. You publicly embarrassed me on Facebook. So first of all, you're on the wrong social media platform. And second of all, even though you are apologizing right now, I'm really good. Like, I don't want you. Like, not even because of this. Like, I already was not feeling you for the past couple of days, and now that this has happened, I definitely don't want nothing to do with you. I don't trust you. Like, the trust is gone. Let me give my followers on Ask FM a show, and that's what I did. I responded on Ask FM. Basically, I made it very clear, like, no, like, I'm really done. You're wild, you're goofy, you're a clown, goodbye. And then he finally said, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna miss you, and I didn't respond. I deleted that question like I didn't see it, and moved on about my school day. A few days after the breakup, I came to school and she sat next to me, no words or anything, just staring at me, like really deep into my soul, staring at me. She was like,
we talk to each other all the time, right?
Yeah.
And you didn't tell me that you and my brother broke up?
At that time, I definitely wasn't trying to hear that bro sister stuff. No. I was like, how did you know that?
You know me and bro talk. Bro told me what happened. Brother told me this. Brother said that. Brother said this.
I just didn't want to at the time. I don't like being pressed out, especially by things that I personally feel like is none of your business. Whether you're my friend or not, that should be respected. The fact that you're coming at me because I'm choosing how to process my first breakup is kind of like, get out my face, because I wouldn't do that to you. Not even that I'm sorry that it happened to you. I'm sorry that y'all broke up, or how are you feeling? My other friends, they did ask me that, but not her. I'm thinking in my head, now that she knows, why are you guys still communicating with each other? Like, when you heard that, you should have did the call. They still were texting. Why are you still communicating with him? If you were my friend, that should have been cut. If it was me, why are we still talking? We're not friends. I'm being loyal to my friend. But, you know, girls don't know the definition of loyalty. They didn't know it then, they definitely don't know it now. That's just real tea. But after she had first confronted me about Clown after the breakup, she hasn't talked to me about him ever since. So I assumed she did take action and just cut him off. I assumed that. School ended, summer vacation happened, and now we're in the 10th grade. And that's when the friends that I wasn't close with during my freshman year, I started to become more close with. Sophomore year, so me and Chipmunk weren't really communicating, which was my plan anyway, because after all of that, no, you're sneaky. I knew the things she was doing was not what a real friend should be doing. I knew not to talk to her when school resumed for the new school year, and I did accordingly. So I didn't know her. I don't know you. Who are you? Who? Never met you. What I'm finna tell y'all next. Ooh, child, let me get my glasses. We're gonna fast forward to the middle of the school year, like months after 10th grade has already started. We all kind of had the same classes. Chipmunk, myself, and the two friends that I was close with during that time, we all had this one same class together. One time I walked in, I noticed that both of their energies was off, both my two friends. It was a girl and a guy. We're gonna name the girl Ebby. And we're gonna name the guy Toucan. I don't know, y'all. Ebby and Toucan looking at me, you know, like, so I'm thinking something is wrong. So they were like, we got something to tell you and we don't want you to get mad. So mind you, Chipmunk did have our class, but she wasn't in class yet because we were early. We were usually early to that class in particular. So I was like, what's wrong? Ebby, she asked me, what was the name of your boyfriend from last year? So I was like, oh, I forgot all about him. But his name was Clown. So then Abby looked at Toucan. So did you know that him and Chipmunk communicate? And I was like, yeah, back last year I found out that they would communicate. Abby was like, what? Or still is. What you mean? Toucan comes out and he tells me that Chipmunk has been going around our program, or people in general, and was telling everybody that she took my man. In her words specifically, she topped him off.
Oh my God!
Basically, from what they told me, Shawty took 3 buses from Blade all the way to Oxford Hill to gawk somebody's boyfriend. So I'm like, wait. Like, are my ears deceiving me? Is this real life? And was proud of it, and everybody knew but me. He didn't pay for that bus fare. I definitely know that for a fact. They did not have to tell me that, but she had to pay for her own bus fare and back. So that's 6 buses in total when y'all think about it, because you know you gotta take that bus right back home. I'm talking about some 3 buses. You mean 6? I was making commentary like, wow, that's so disappointing. That's disgusting. Who brags about something like that? Like, you're proud that you took somebody's man after I already broke up with him. Like, okay, like, first of all, we was already done when you did this, because apparently this happened towards the end of the school year. I broke up with Clown way before then. How does he go from being your bro to you being his personal gawk 3000? To clear things up, no, I was not doing all of that nasty. I mean, I was 14. That's too young. So I don't know if that's what it is, and he found that satisfaction and now he's good. Maybe because, I don't know. But my whole thing is, if that was the case, then you shouldn't be dating a 14-year-old, which you're grown. So a year later, tell me why she tried to be like my fake bully for like a week.
No, security!
Ma'am, please take several seats. It was so random, because like the whole of 10th grade we didn't talk. Then 11th grade came, and the only time she would try to talk to me was when she was trying to get disrespectful. I don't remember all the instances, but this one I remember vividly because we actually almost fought. When it's like a major event, that's when I have more of a vivid memory of the situation. And I remember the teacher's name too, but I'm not gonna say her name. We was in Miss Sunny's class. Miss Roberts had came into Miss Sunny's class and they were chatting it up. So, you know, when you see 2 teachers talking, we use that time to goof off. Now it's 11th grade. The 2 friends, Abby and Toucan. It's 11th grade, so now we're close now. So it was me, Abby, Toucan, and we're gonna call him and Moo. He was cool too. So we were talking and we were laughing. You know, I was laughing. Like, everybody's laughing. Everybody's loud, mind you. Like, everybody's loud. But because it was me at that table, she wanted to be stupid. Like, she had no sense. We hear Chipmunk say,
oh my gosh, can y'all shut up?
I know she's not talking about us, because that table and that table and that table, everybody active right now. So I know she was talking about us. So we're still talking. All of a sudden, now names are being thrown out. The next time Chipmunk opened her dusty mouth, she then came out and said,
oh my God, Ashley, will you shut up?
I knew where the anger was coming from. You was the one being dirty and topping off somebody else's man behind her back. Your friends, your close friend, somebody that you hang out with 25/8. So it was kind of like, why are you even the one upset? I'm not even mad about it anymore. It's been 2 years now. We about to graduate from high school. Like, why are you the one mad? What? So I turned around and I was like, what, bruh? And then she repeated herself. I said, yo, what is your problem? I spared you for 2 years and you dare have the audacity. You want to give them a show? Let's do it. So I turned around and I said, yo, like, what's your problem?
Because you're too loud.
Like, how am I loud when everybody else is talking? I don't remember exactly what she said, but it was something dumb because I got up from my seat. I did get up from my seat and I'm like, what's your problem? Like, that's all I kept asking, like, what's your problem? I wasn't in her face like, what's up? It was none of that. But like, I did get up because I really wanted to know, like, what do you want to do? Like, what is your beef with me? I cut you off. I stayed in my lane. I've been living my high school years away from you. So I got up from my seat like, what's up? And then she eventually got up. She was hesitant because at first she was like this. Like, first she got up, sat down, then got up, and I'm like, okay, she ain't about to do nothing for real. So then we're both up. So I didn't walk towards her though. I just got up. Miss Roberts was the loud one, so she saw what she saw and said,
Hey! We're not gonna do none of that in this classroom. See, in my classroom, but you ain't gonna do that in this classroom.
I gladly sat down. and she sat down. And after that, she didn't do that nonsense with me since. People didn't expect me to get up, because during that time of high school, I was very much nonchalant to a lot of things, because the year before that, I was like bullied, I guess. So when it came to like bullying, I would just like sit there and like eat it up and not say nothing, because I really didn't care what you had to say about me, because I knew what was up with me at the end of the day. But this was somebody that I was actually friends with at some point and did me dirty, but yet has so much random animosity towards me. I don't know how I'm going to spend my Valentine's Day. How are you guys spending your Valentine's Day? Besides sitting down here and sipping and eating, watching my story time. Comment down below what you're doing. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this story time, my first story time of the new year. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you're rocking with it. Comment, subscribe, and of course share this video with your friends. And until my next one, bye guys.